Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Emily and this is my channel, The Candle Nurse. In today's video, we have pretty big empties. We are going to be indulging in the July candle empties up to the first half of August. I missed the July empties video due to the launch of my vendor wax business, The Candle Nurse Handcrafted Scented Wax. We are doing an empties video and we have to split between wax, that'll be its own video, and then I'm doing candles as its own video. There's another reason why I decided to jump on and do it now instead of doing 2 months in a row in one video is that we hit 500 subscribers and that means it's time to do a giveaway. You guys are incredible group of people. I am so grateful for you all. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I cannot believe we just blew past it from the 250 to 500, just blew past it. I think I'm at like 525 or something. And so I'm so incredibly grateful for the subscribers. I love building this community. I got on here to talk about home fragrance, to talk about health and wellness. I have been building friendships and all of that on YouTube, and I love watching YouTube, so I am so grateful for you all. I definitely need to show my appreciation to you guys as my followers. I love candles and I love wax, so we split the video because it would be 2 hours long, which I'm not mad at, but this one still might be an hour long, who knows. But I wanted to do the giveaway the same way I did before for 250, where I do candle giveaway and wax giveaway. So this is the 500 subscriber giveaway. This time around, I'm doing 2 candle giveaway and 2 wax giveaway. They need to be US only. The way that you're going to enter my giveaway is by liking this video and commenting down below, making a comment down below, unless otherwise lets me know that you are entering into the giveaway. 1 comment per entry. You can comment as much as you want because I love the conversations that we have in the comments. Just comment down below. If you're not interested in receiving part of the candle giveaway or being a part of it, put that in your comment. Otherwise, I'll just think that you are entering into the giveaway. I am going to keep this giveaway open until Tuesday at 8 p.m. I will pick winners. I already have the boxes ready to go. There's 4 candles each box. So I hope you guys are excited to try to win that, and I'm just so grateful for you all. All right, so we are gonna move into these candles. There is a bunch. We got through a lot of single wicks. There's a couple that my daughter went through in her room. I'll kind of go over what she gave me the thoughts on those. But let's just start off with some of the luxuries, because I have Nest, like a votive, a regular Nest candle, and then some small votives of some other luxury companies. So we will start off with Nest. The first item I have is a little votive that I got for free as a gift from Nest when I bought the last time from them, and this is from their wellness collection, the Sunlit, Yuzu, and Neroli. This is a cute little cover that comes with the candle. Their candles come in a substantial glass, even in their votive. I love that it's black. A lot of their votives are black. You guys, this little guy, I don't believe there's scent notes on here, but it is exactly what it says, which is Sunlit, Yuzu, and Neroli. It's not offensive, it's not sharp. It's kind of candy-like to me, but not. It's also very resort-like, spa-like, very calming, but very bright, perfect for the spring and summer. This one burned beautifully all the way down to the wick clip, as you can see. And this little guy went for a whole day, and it filled my office space with fragrance. That's what I love about some of the luxury type candles. Their fragrance load and the wax that they use. I believe this is a vegan. So this is animal test free and vegan products. So Nest is a cruelty free vegan company. So that's cool. So that means that the wax is vegan and that the wicks are probably 100% cotton. It does great, you guys. It's a softer wax. They're quite expensive. Every year Nest starts to go up a little bit. Some of their holiday blends are $50 a candle for their classic 8-ounce. So it's kind of like, do you or don't you? So I don't tend to buy any candles full price. I tend to wait for there to be a sale. Black Friday is a great time to go, end of the season. Once we get into like fall, winter, a lot of their summer fragrances will go on clearance. Sephora has their VIB sale twice a year where you get, if you're a Rouge member, you get 20% off. But I think if you're just like a regular VIB, you can get up to 10% off, but I'm Rouge, so I get that extra 20% off. So I always look forward to picking up, like, they have Nest available online, and then in store they have a couple of candles available as well. So they do carry a little small candle inventory at Sephora. I really love during their VIB sales when they have like the candles, it's like the votives, and then you get to pick a full size. I've got to experience a lot of luxury candles for a really good price with that. So with that being said, this is a very beautiful, very bright but calming wellness type of fragrance, and it still has a really good scent to it, and it filled up, this little guy filled up my office space, and it lasted for a day. So that was the first candle. And then the next Nest candle that I went through is Sicilian Tangerine. I had 2 of these, so I'm gonna do one this year and I'll do another one next year. And then what I will do is, as I acquire the candle, I'll purchase to use. That's kind of the goal I have. Nest Sicilian Tangerine. It comes in this beautiful box. They don't have lids, but their vessels are gorgeous, and I actually saved them. We save them, we clean them, we drink out of them. I love like a beautiful like summer cocktail. My husband's really good at making cocktails, so I love it when he makes them out of these glasses. I don't care. Some people shame the whole repurposing. I love to repurpose some of these very beautiful, luxurious pieces. I paid a lot of money for it. Well done, LACO, Velisa, Nest. So yes, I do keep these, and I have a collection, and I'm making them into like cocktail glasses. They could also be used as like a small vase. My daughter has one. She uses some of my hobnails from Homeworks that are like the really beautiful glass, and she uses those in her room for different things. So anyway, the back of this has a little excerpt that says, juicy Sicilian tangerine is blended with bergamot, exotic mango, and passion fruit for a mouth-watering aroma. So it's wonderful. So it comes with, there's a little plastic case that comes on top of it. And then the box is pretty substantial, but it's all recyclable material here. And this was beautiful. It's got wonderful fragrance to it. Could I warm up this last little bit? I could, but we've got to move on. With luxury candles, you'll see that you get a little bit of the schmutz on the sides, which I absolutely do not care about. I'll take schmutz over soot any day, or smoke, you know? So this did not smoke or leave soot at all. Burned beautifully all the way down. Was a room filler. Lasted for well over a week. This is just a beautiful summertime blend with the tangerine. The bergamot really rounds this out. You definitely get the mango and the passion fruit, but the passion fruit is more forward and the mango's in the background, because I know mango can come off weird. Such a beautiful blend, and I would definitely recommend this and repurchase it on sale because she's expensive. Next up is another votive from Dipti. A couple of years ago, my husband got me a Dipti advent calendar. I'm really into candles. I'm really into blending candles. It's prior to my vendor wax business and my journey through melting wax that I was really intrigued and said, I'd rather make, instead of buying a crap ton at Candle Day, I'd rather make some higher end purchases. It's one that I really wanted. So this is the Amber candle, and this one is a small votive. When burning, their wicks are not the best. And would I ever get it again? No. The little shot glass, it's tiny, but this is a mighty fragrance. My daughter ended up taking this over. She loves amber. She put this in her room under the lamp, and she said it was very, very good. Very strong. It filled her room. So Dipti is one of those brands that's outrageously expensive. Don't know that I necessarily want to purchase from them again. We do have a bigger candle. It's their vanilla candle, and it smells like a smoky vanilla. My husband, I gave it to him because he loved it. I love when my husband or my family joins in on the home fragrance train with me, you know. So I was glad to gift it to him, even though it was one of my luxury candles. He has yet to burn it. That is more of a Nest size candle with a single wick, and it's very strong. You can smell it through the box. So is it a softer wax? It is. The fragrance oils are very high end. They're made in Paris. I don't need to spend Dipti money to get home fragrance. And a lot of their fragrances it's a certain scent profile. There's a few that were really good to me. I really like their rose fragrance. It's just, there's like a type of person that really loves those types. The smoky ones were good, but other than that, the real perfumed ones were not my favorite. So my daughter loves them. She's like an old lady at heart, and she loves that type of stuff. So she took a lot of my Dipti. My husband has the big one. I don't have it in my collection anymore. All right, next up is a 2.5 ounce votive from Velisa called Goji Tarako Orange. This scent is so bright, so wonderful. I think that I have learned with Velisa, it is a luxury. It is poured, it is vegan, it's poured in California. They're actually like one of my new favorites. They are at a more affordable luxury price point. My recommendation is that you get the 3-wick tins. They're $28. And I'll tell you why when I go over. I have a Velisa big candle that's kind of hidden over here. It's a coconut wax blend, very beautiful. Their single wicks don't do it justice. You really won't smell it. I had to really hurricane my bigger one. That's a single wick. The 3-wick tin is the way to go. And one day my hope is to get a giant one because I love all things big in home fragrance. I will be making a luxury candle purchase here in the future from Velisa with a bunch of their 3-wick tins to review for you guys because they are starting to come out with some really great fragrances. And if you're in the market for a more elevated, luxurious experience at a more affordable price, I think that would be the route to go. And I do recommend that format, not this. So this one, unfortunately, did something really funky and burned weird and couldn't smell it. So I warmed the candle and I could smell it, and now I can smell the fragrance oils. So not sure what's going on there. I'm not gonna lie, this is a really nice size, 2.5 ounces for the votive. I had an advent calendar, so the same time I got the Dipti calendar, I got a Velisa calendar, and they're not covered, and this is just 2 years old, and I think the dust got involved and it just alters it. And these really soft waxes, you shouldn't hold them for years. They should be bought and burned because they don't hold up well because of the lack of paraffin. Paraffin is a wax that a lot of people are kind of going away from, but it's still being poured and in fragrances as a blend. Some people say that it's not good. I like paraffin. It preserves the candle. These candles that you have that are lasting 10 years and still smell good from Yankee were 100% paraffin. I don't like necessarily 100% paraffin, but I understand why some of the Bath & Body Works candles that are 10 years old do well because there's paraffin in them. So the ones that don't have paraffin and are vegan, you want to buy them and use them. You don't want to hold on to them because you're going to lose the fragrance, and then what was the point of purchasing? All right, next up I have a votive that I got in a set from Sephora. This is Maison Louis Marie in the number 4 Bois de Balancourt. This was my inspiration for J. Matthews Balancourt in my Vendor Wax signature blends. When I smell this one, it's what I get. You get a little bit of the Santal fragrance, a little bit of bergamot. It just smells like luxury. It's so beautiful. So I do have 2 big ones of this one. I have 1 more votive, 2 big ones that are substantial size. I really like how this looks like a little shot glass. It feels like it could be repurposed, but this is literally etched into the glass, and so I'm going to part ways with it. But it is very, very gorgeous, and the only reason why it had this much wax left in it is because once it got down and the pool reached the bottom, they really screwed up where they placed the wick, and the wick is placed like all the way on the side here. So that's a no-go for me because then that means as it gets closer down, it's going to get really close to the side of the glass, which could be a hazard. We don't want that. You want good wick placement, even wick placement for your burn and also for safety. So that was good. I have the Eau de Parfum and the perfume oil of this fragrance. Gorgeous. Chef's kiss. I love it. Next up, I have a little sample that I got from LACO called Champagne. I'm just kidding, Champagne. And these are great little vessels to try when you're really trying out one of the fragrances from LACO. LACO is a luxury brand, pretty pricey, up in the Nest range, but they have these bigger iterations. Nest, I will never do a 3-wick or a hearth in because they do not burn well. Have I had that experience? No. I have 1 3-wick, it's here. But Melanie from Mr. Kong's mom she's had it several times over. It's been consistently bad burn. So I'm listening to her. I respect her, and we are sticking with the classic candle. LACO, I have 3 LACOs left. No, I have way more. I have a bunch of holidays behind there, and then these are just kind of like season appropriate for spring, summer. Up front, I really love LACO. The glass that they use in their candles is incredible. I think it's blown glass. So they're all a little bit different. Their decoration on there, it's so beautiful. There's always like a shimmer. It's really thick. I've only burned a 6-ounce candle from them that did very well in my office here. It was Jungle Blooms, and I would totally repurchase that, and I'm waiting for like them to go on discount. The feedback I'm getting from the 15.5-ounce single wicks is that they struggle, they tunnel. It sometimes doesn't matter how long you burn them, they're struggling to get all the wax to come down and use it all. So I have some 15s. I also have 6s. One day I'll have a 3-wick, and maybe one day I'll have a hearth from them. I don't know. Very expensive. It's a big investment, but I love LACO and their fragrances, like this champagne, gorgeous. It really does give you like a Prosecco, and it's not too sweet. It's not like Champagne Toast from Bath & Body Works. This is very much a very expensive bubbly that's got a little bit of a bright effervescence to it, but there's a sophistication to it. So I really enjoyed that one day on my desk. And then I did a daylight from CRINGLE Sicilian Orange. I love this scent. I have one more small tumbler in the 2-wick tumbler, and then I have a 3-wick. It is strong, you guys. I'm like, they're 100% soy. I have burned one of the candles before, and it's so strong. I had to put it in, it filled my whole open concept. That one is like the one that I say the 2-wick is really strong in, where the rest of the 2-wicks don't perform that great for me. Like I've got this one going, this is Spellbound. Smells just like Love Spell from Victoria's Secret. I was like going through finding candles for the giveaway, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna melt this one or burn this one. So it's good enough for my office in a hurricane. It's light though. It's like a 4. So I don't know. If you like Love Spell, maybe get that, but if it's not offered in a 3-wick, I don't know. I'm having a hard time with the 2-wick regular tumblers from CRINGLE. The 3-wicks are stellar, and their country candles are always perform strong for me, so I have no issues there. Their reserves are the caveat. Those things, I don't know what type of fragrance oil or why it's premium, but they tend to be a lot stronger in my house, so I can do open concept, but the rest of them have to stay in here. This one was a powerhouse in this little daylight. Daylights are fun so that you can sample a fragrance to see whether or not you want to buy a bigger iteration. The problem is this is the only product that they have that's not the 100% soy. This has paraffin. So it's throwing for me great in the daylight and on my desk, and it smells great, and you can get that fragrance, but it doesn't necessarily match the wax blend of the 100% soy. So you're not really getting that. So the best thing I would say is if you want to know if the scent's going to perform is to buy wax melts if they're available, because those are 100% soy. So I had a few of these and wanted to use them up. So that's it for the little like votive sample, guys. Okay, next up is a single wick in Blue Raspberry Snow Cone from Bath & Body Works. This is a 2023, like the beginning of 2023, blue raspberry syrup, hint of cherry scoop, and shaved ice. I'm not like a firecracker pop cherry, but mixed with the blue raspberry gives it a wonderful tartness and brightness, and this was really good, and it burned really well for me. Again, I don't really care about schmutz being on the side of my candles. I don't care. The fact that it burned evenly, the wick is somewhat off place, but that's because I let it cool and the wick ended up moving a little bit. So we put her out and just let her go into the empties. But this is a wonderful fragrance that I hope that they bring out in a 3-wick, because I really enjoyed it, and it threw really well for a single wick. So I recommend that one. Next up is Snowy Peach Berry from Bath & Body Works, single wick, sweet peaches, tart cranberry, sugared musk. This is from 2022, and my daughter did this one in her bathroom, and she said that it was wonderful in her bathroom. It smells like wonderful peach. You get a little bit of cranberry in the background, but it's a very beautiful, juicy, fruity peach that it's so funny. It says snowy peach berry, but it really doesn't smell wintry. It smells springy, so that's why she burned it now in the summer. And she said it burned beautifully all the way down to the wick clips. She doesn't cut her wicks, and so this one did a great job. I miss their old mason jars. They don't do them anymore. I'll show you the next one, but they don't do mason jar candles anymore, and I loved it because it sealed it, so these would stay good for a long time. They're a great gift. But anyway, I would recommend Snowy Peachberry if you like peach, and it's the non-cat urine peach. It was a very beautiful, juicy peach. Next up is a single wick in Pink Pineapple Sunrise. This is from this year. This is notes of sweet pink pineapple, palm sugar, sun-drenched nectar. And this is their new, like, it's supposed to mimic their 3-wick, and these lids are awful. And this one was great. It's very bright. I did it in here in my office. So single wicks are kind of reserved for either the entryway, coming from the garage in my house, or bathrooms or offices, really small spaces, because if you put it in an open concept, it's not really going to do anything for you. But this one burned really well here in my office. It gave us that wonderful pink pineapple tropical vibe. Got the schmutz on the side, I don't care. Burned really well, has a little bit of the black on the bottom from the last burn. Some of the wick kind of got everywhere, but it burned all the way down like it was supposed to. It doesn't have a sooty smell, didn't turn colors. So this was a great, as far as quality goes, it did well, and it did well for a single wick, but it's not as strong as a 3-wick. So if you're not a single wick person, I wouldn't recommend, but if you have a smaller space, I do recommend the Pink Pineapple Sunrise. It's a very beautiful tropical summer scent. I did another single wick in Sweetheart Cherry. This was fun, and I only had one of these because I had started just purchasing like one and not a ton of backups. This is Wild Cherry, Crushed Pistachio, Whipped Vanilla. This one was so good. Again, went all the way down to the wick clip. This smells more cherry than the body care. It leans more pistachio. But in this one, it's a very beautiful perfume type cherry mixed with the pistachio whipped vanilla. It just really balanced it out. This was strong in my office. It gave me a very beautiful fragrance. I was very happy about it. I've got a ton of the body care. I'm sad that this is gone, but it also feels like a win when you use up your product. So if they ever brought this back in a 3-wick, I would definitely buy it. Next single wick is Indigo Paradise. This is from 2022. This is Exotic Citrus Sugarcane Blackcurrant. This one is like, reminds me of Volcano. The problem is with Volcano and with this fragrance, this really does remind me of Volcano. I think Bath & Body Works did a little bit of a shape shift with the sweet orange and agave, which really brings that out for me because it's got more of a green note to it like Volcano. Is that when you're burning a candle with these fragrances, the scent changes on them very easily with fire. So I actually like to warm or melt Volcano rather than burn it because it takes on a weird smell, and that's why I stopped. I didn't even warm it. I just stopped because it was in my entryway by my garage. It just starts taking on an unpleasant kerosene type fragrance. Because of that, I would not repurchase Indigo. This one is my daughter's candle that I think was a Dream Bright, but she removed the packaging because it was very Christmassy, and she burned this recently. So this is Sapphire Berries, Night Blooming Orchid, Crystallized Vanilla. This is a really luxurious perfume type body care fragrance. Like I said, my daughter's like a little old lady, and she loves like amber. She loves, which, please don't be offended, I don't mean it in that way, but she's only 16 and she loves these like very elevated, very ambery, rich amber, night blooming orchid, very deep berry type of scents into the night. But she started getting some perfumes, and she's like into a lot of the replicas. She'll do a little bit of floral. She took the Dipti perfumes that I had. Yeah, she said this was wonderful. So again, she's bathroom burner for single wicks. It performed just fine. She said that it got kind of old at the end, so it didn't make it quite to the wick clip. She just was done with it, which is fine. It was enough was used. Next up, I have a single wick of Lakeside Morning. You guys, this performed so beautifully. I love that fragrance. It's a beautiful, crisp autumn air, white driftwood, hint of green apple. You can actually, this is a beautiful spring, summer, fall fragrance. Very fresh. There's something kind of like masculine, outdoorsy about it. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. I had no issues. I think it's the crisp autumn air really gives me a frosty, outdoorsy, breezy, like cold air type of fragrance, which in the spring, you know, it's kind of like that. So it reminds me of the spring, but I can see it in the fall. It's very gorgeous. I would definitely recommend rebuying this and getting it in a 3-wick. That's it for my single wicks from Bath & Body Works. So I have a couple here from Homeworks. The first one that I burned is Valencia Orange, and this is Valencia Orange Sugared Lemon Glazed Vanilla Bean Sweet Amber. I was really happy with this. This is such a creamy, wonderful citrus fragrance. If you're afraid of sharp notes, if you like, I kind of like citrus, but it needs something else with it, this is the fragrance to go for. It's not sharp, it's not aggressive, it's not agitating to the sinuses. That vanilla bean really creams it out, and the sugared lemon just adds a little bit of tartness. The Valencia Orange is sweet, and then adding that amber really makes it a little bit more of an elevated fragrance. But I am definitely going to repurchase this one for next year, and probably two. I love the way that this performed. It burned all the way down. It's still, the thing about Homeworks is a lot of times it will burn and burn and burn and burn. And so at some point you just have to call it quits. So I called it quits and didn't let this one burn to the wick clips. I mean, I can see the wick clips, but it didn't put itself out. It was still burning. But you know, at some point you just say, nah, is it really doing anything? So I was extremely happy with Valencia Orange. I would definitely pick another one up. That is backup worthy. And then I didn't wait for next year. I ended up burning the St. Bart's candle. I had two because I got it from the QVC. This is Bergamot Sea Salt Island Vanilla Sun Bleach Sandalwood. This is such a beautiful label, and it just, when you smell it, it transports you to a vacation. And the way that you see the picture is the way that I feel when this is going. This was a powerhouse in my Hurricane in the open concept, and I did do this one with, I ended up mixing it with Santorini Coast, but we got to talk about the quality of that burn. But those together were incredible. So this is really fresh, and this one I let burn all the way down till it couldn't burn no more, which it like left no wax behind, and I can still smell the fragrance. It's just like a very luxurious resort on the water, high end. I would buy, I'm not supposed to, and I haven't, I don't have any more of this one, but this is one that I would hoard or I would buy a lot more of. It's perfect for the summer. This is like fresh. It's a nice change from like tropical coconut, pina colada type fragrances. It was a very nice change to put something luxurious. I got so many compliments from this candle. So very happy. Two great Homeworks burns is a win for me. So let's just get into this one because I brought it up. Santorini Coast. This is Creamy Coconut, Almond Blossom, Warm Vanilla. You guys, this smells so good. It reminds me a lot of Madagascar vanilla from Nest, and it's stronger than that candle performs. So it's more affordable, it's stronger. Why wouldn't we buy a bunch of these? It has this really beautiful like rattan type lid. The problem is this poor candle made it to here before it just died. It didn't go puny wicks on me. Even when you look at the wicks, it just, I walked over and it was dead. Like it just stopped burning. And I thought that's weird, but I didn't have any wet wax to soak up. It just died. So it lived its rest of its life in the crock, and it gave us like 7 days of fragrance consistently in my open concept. So I kept it in the crock out in my kitchen with the St. Bart's, and it was a beautiful combination. I would definitely buy this again. I've had this one other time before, like last year, and it was wonderful. So a lot of people have gotten good results out of this candle this year and saying the burn was great, but I must have gotten a dud. You know, with Bath & Body Works, their quality is really not top notch for the price. Sometimes you just go with it. Next up is a CRINGLE 3-wick in Rbridge. This was one that was picked up from TJ Maxx, and my daughter loved it. There's no scent notes on here. It's from 2022, which means this is their soy wax blend. So it got real ugly in there. Their soy wax blend was a failure. So they took everything to 100% soy, which was the better idea, since, you know, they couldn't figure out a soy blend with their wicks. Their wicks get really hot, and I love it in their 100% soy because I think that third wick really gives it the oomph it needs to project, where the tumblers or normal tumblers just can't push that fragrance out and project. So having a 3-wick with 100% soy was a great idea, and it's a very clean burn, where this was such a messy burn. So my daughter, she actually burned this in her room, and then I think at the end she threw it on a warmer and the wicks went bye-bye. I was like, I hate this fragrance. When we picked it up, I was like, there's no way. And she's like, no, I love it. So when it was burning, it was strong and you could smell it in the house, and it was beautiful. My kids were like, it's giving off fall. So that picture with those leaves, the crunchy, like orange, yellowy leaves, it's such a beautiful outdoorsy hay, like if you like hay scents. Yeah, so it was a hit. I don't think they've brought this back out again. Some of the fragrances, I just don't know that they they work. They were 100% paraffin before, and I think switching to soy has hindered some of the fragrances that were favorites not to come back. So this one I haven't seen this year, but it worked. It was beautiful. I didn't know I would like it. Next up is Bath & Body Works Candy Cane Colada. I was so shocked by this one that let's talk about it, because I went through two. I loved this candle. Loved it. I loved this candle, you guys, and consistent burns. I did 2 of them. This is Mili Kaliki Maka. Santa is out of office taking a much needed vacation from the North Pole. What I appreciate about this, during Christmas, it came out in Candle Day. I was confused because they came out with a very tropical type line, which was Candy Cane Colada, Cosmopolitan, and Top Shelf Elf, and they all smell very tropical. And I was like, who puts candy cane with pina colada? Like, I was so confused, and I didn't want it, and then I wanted it. Didn't want it, then I wanted it. And so then finally I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick it up and we'll just save it for the summer. And then I would smell it and I was like, no, not for me. And then one day I burned it. It's incredible. It's so good that I couldn't stand it, and I went in for my last one. So I had 3. I did one earlier in the spring, right when it started warming up here in Arizona, and then I was like, this is good. There's something about the peppermint that's kind of a sweet candy cane peppermint that cools down the heat here. It just is very refreshing. And so I hope they bring this one back. This actually was a hit in my house. I would definitely buy it again. I went through 3 in 1 year. It was that good. So if you have the Candy Cane Colada and you've been sitting on it going, I don't know, you should burn it right now. It smells heavenly. Even though a lot of people have gone to fall, it's a wonderful fragrance. All right, next up I have Spring Clementine that came with the wrong colored lid. This is the lid from Champagne Toast. Didn't notice it when I picked it up. This is an older candle, Sugared Clementine, Neroli Blossom Sweet Amber. This was spring 2023, and it was a really beautiful candle, had no issues, clean burn, went all the way down to as far as I wanted to take it. Started getting kind of puny, so I called it quits. It burned pretty hot all the way down, but didn't smoke, which is what I appreciate. This was supposed to be like a decorative spring collection. The lids were not safe, so these lids just slide right off. They're not safe, so this one's going bye-bye. I have a couple other from that collection. Flower Cart, which it's too floral. I don't know how I'll ever use it, so I use it for decorations for spring and summer. And then Ocean Driftwood. Okay, next up I've got Blueberry Lemon Sour. This was also from Candle Day. This is sugared lemonade and blueberry sugar. And it smells so good, but look at the freaking wicks. I did crock it, so I mean, you see, but it just died. It made it not even one burn, and then it just put itself out. So I'm not gonna play around. I just put it in the crock, and it gave us a week, 10 days of wonderful blueberry lemonade fragrance. And I think I still have 1 or 2. Yeah, I have 2 of them left. So we'll save those for next year and pray that the burn is better, because it's not been good. Next up, I have a candle from Candleberry, Vanilla Crumb Cake. This is my absolute favorite fragrance from Candleberry. So much that I have a huge 120 ounce cookie jar, and it's hiding. I am bringing the cookie jar out for the fall. It is the most delicious vanilla cake fragrance. Authentic, strong, smells wonderful. There's no scent notes, but it literally is a vanilla crumb cake. And I heard about Candleberry from Mr. Kong's mom. She had a giant cookie jar, and I was obsessed with the giant cookie jar. But I did have a bunch of small ones that I bought on sale. So I've given some away, sold some, and getting through the small jars. I have a few large jars of different fragrances, and then I'll be done with Candleberry. But there is some summer fragrances that I'm looking forward to trying, maybe next year, maybe not. But Vanilla Crumb Cake is definitely a rebuy. Will I buy it in a cookie jar again? Probably not, but they have a pink sugar fragrance, and it smells so freaking good. Their cookie jar takes forever to burn. It's substantial, and I'll do a video and show you what it's all about and document the journey of burning that darn candle. Just like I need to start burning these guys. That's iced sugar cookie from Homeworks, and then these 2 are both Harvest Leaves. One's a 50 ounce, one's an 80 ounce. So those are coming out in the fall as well. So we'll do like cookie jar for a little bit, and then, or we'll do like harvest leaves in the morning, cookie jar in the afternoon. What do you guys think? Vanilla crumb cake, highly recommend. I love that scent. Next up is a candle from Yankee. This is the colorful curacao. This is no scent notes. This is forever a juicy peach mango. There's a little bit of a floral blossom in it. The color is so stunning. I love the artwork with it. This was so freaking strong. It was so strong in my open concept, so much that I went back and got another one of these and a paraffin. I wanted to see what their paraffins did, so I got another one of, ooh, it was Jamaica something. I think it's Jamaican vibe. I can't remember. Jamaican vibes. And this colorful curacao out of their summer Target collection, which is what this was. I think there was like 6 fragrances. The colorful curacao and the Jamaican vibes are the winners. Next up is from the same collection, Bahamas Beach Bum. This one would have been a clear winner, and it is really beautiful fragrance. The problem is it was like a 3 out of 10. It was way too light, had to be in a hurricane, had to be in here. I loved the background scent that it was giving, but it just, I don't know what happened. I wish it would project. It's a beautiful beach scent. It's like you get a little bit of the woods, like a beach wood. There's like a perfumey like coconut note and like suntan lotion. It was so good. So because of the throw, I wouldn't recommend it, but I did really enjoy it. Next up is Surf Shop. Look how beautiful this vessel is. They did such a good job with this summer collection. I love it. This is Oceanside Birch, Sparkling Waves, Summer Spruce with natural essential oils. This was such a lovely fragrance, and before I knew how wonderful it was sold out. This is such a beautiful take on salty sea air mixed with a little bit of a birch and like an ozone breezy type fragrance. It was bright, it was briny, it was fresh, it was cleansing to the house. It was a nice change. Yeah, this definitely recommend repurchasing that one. Next up is Hot Pink Cocoa. This was one my daughter burned in her room, and we have about 12 left because her and I love this scent. This is Sweet Ruby Chocolate, Whipped Vanilla Cream, Raspberry Sprinkles. I love this. This was a love or hate fragrance. This is a freaking powerhouse in my open concept. You get the rubiest raspberry. It's so good mixed with so you get the raspberries like right up front. You get like a chocolate, but it's not like, I normally don't like chocolate in wax. The only one I can do is Hot Cocoa and Cream from Bath & Body Works, but this is not Hot Cocoa and Cream chocolate. It's almost like a white chocolate to me. Even though it says Sweet Ruby Chocolate, the mix of the raspberry, it's like raspberry white chocolate, could borderline like the raspberry white chocolate that you would drizzle on a cheesecake without like a lactonic note. There's no lactonic note, and the whipped vanilla just really is coming forward with it. It was a great blend. It's a powerhouse. My daughter burned it. She does not know how to do candle care that well. I fight her on it, but hopefully one day she'll start, because I just don't like soot in the house, and it looked like she was trying to light it one day and it just got really hot on that side because the wicks didn't move. But yeah, this was really good. Next up was another one from my berry waffle cone. This is Sweet Summer Berries, Golden Waffle Cone, Creamy Vanilla. We had gotten this from the winter semi-annual sale. We got this from a sale because this was only like $5 with our coupon. It was on sale for 75% off. So it's during a semi-annual sale. Yeah, it was the winter semi-annual sale because we just had summer. And so she loves berry waffle cone, Sweet Summer Berries, Golden Waffle Cone, Creamy Vanilla. It's not for me. It's good to me. I love to get like a whiff of it, but I am not like the type of person that just wants to live and breathe in waffle cone. It's just not for me. It's a beautiful gourmand. Their waffle cone is very forward. The berries are not that strong. And to me, it can come off cloying, but a lot of people, it's a fan favorite. So for that, my daughter would probably repurchase it, but I wouldn't repurchase it for the open concept. Next up is a 3-wick from Kringle called Patanga Peach. This was from their summer fruit collection that they came out with, these 3-wick designer jars. I really liked the fruit jars. I like that this is like put on there by a machine. And there's no scent notes on this, but I love this so much, and I've got one more. This to me is like one of the most authentic peaches that I've smelled before. It's really good, and I enjoyed the burn. The burn was clean all the way down. This was no crocking, so you guys Kringle has an issue, and so does Yankee, with traveling wicks at the end. I wish they would figure that out, how they can get the glue to stick a little bit better, because Bath & Body Works does not do it that much. It's very rare, and usually when it's crocked. These are not crocked. The thing is their 3 wicks are really hot, and the soy burns so freaking clean. It's the cleanest burn, and their 3 wicks are strong, so this was really strong on my open concept. I have one more, and they're on sale right now for $12.95, and I'm like begging my husband to let me get more of them, but because Kringle's like the one that I don't know if they bring scents back or not, which I don't think they do, but a couple of their fruity scents I really love, you know, and then they don't bring it back, and then I'm a sad girl. I love Patanga Peach. I would definitely recommend it. Definitely purchase that again. Next up is Velispa's Cherry Gloss. I got this last winter. This is a really beautiful, I guess you could say it kind of reminds me of Lost Cherry, but it's not. This is more of a cherry from Lost Cherry with a little bit of a sweet floral in the background. It's not necessarily rose. It almost came off as like a lychee type fragrance when I was melting it or burning it. It burned so beautifully, and I had to put it in the Hurricane. And when I put it in this Hurricane, it lasted for like 10 days. Here it was good smelling. It was a nice fragrance when you'd walk into my office. You could definitely tell it was there, and it's so beautiful. So this is one that I'm definitely going to repurchase in a 3-wick tin. I would even consider getting this in their hearth size. They have a 3-wick hearth that I don't think it's the hearth. I think it's the luxe. They have a 3-wick luxe candle for like 80 bucks. So I think I'd pick that one up. Daughter's gonna keep that vessel. She loves these like hobnail vessels to store things in. All right, almost there, you guys. Thanks for sticking with me. This is Bali Rainforest. This is actually orange and white pineapple is the name of the scent. Citrus, tropical, pineapple, fresh starfruit. I was a little bit worried because it was light on cold, but when it burned really well, and you could smell it in my open concept. But as it got down, it got puny. I tried to save it one time. I do that with Bath & Body Works. Sometimes all it takes is one little like cotton ball, a couple cotton balls, soak it up in relight, and then it kind of corrects itself. But with this one, it just didn't, and it died on me. So it went into the crock and lived the rest of its life, and it was a beautiful fragrance, and I would buy it again. The next up, I have Sunset in Maui. This was actually a candle that I burned alongside the Valencia Orange from Homeworks. So tropical, so good. This is Sunkissed Papaya, Hibiscus Flower, Ripe Pineapple. So I know there's a little bit of mango in here, I can tell, but it is so beautiful. The papaya definitely is forward. You get a little bit of floral, but it's not a floral heavy. It's more tropical, fresh, outdoorsy fruit. And just like the Tiki Beach, it's from the same line. It has that textured wraparound and a very beautiful Hawaiian shore scene that makes you want to transport there and be there right now. Next up, I have Vanilla Coconut Surf. I was holding on to this one. I wish I had more, but I don't. This is Invite an Oasis of Comfort and Calm. This is Sweet Vanilla Coconut Waves Beachwood. This was a hit. This is such a gorgeous candle. It burned all the way down to the wick clips. This is one that tried to puny on me, and I saved it. I did a one cotton ball, and it came back to life and recovered all the way down the way it was supposed to. Got a tiny bit sooty on the end. I just let it live its life until it burned out. This is more of a perfumed vanilla and coconut, and not so much an edible, and it resonated beautifully in my home. Last two, you guys. This is the one and only Goose Creek candle I have left in my house. This is iced sweet tea. Tea leaves, lemon zest, honey, and sugar with natural essential oils. This one just lived its whole life in the crock, and it gave a lot of fragrance. The thing about Goose Creek is their candle performance is god awful in my house. It soots, I get no good burns. It's way worse. Their candles are so cheap that for me, some of their fragrances smell really good. So I would just, if I'm gonna buy something, it's to melt it in the crock, not to burn. I don't know what wicks they use. I don't know what's happening, but it puts off a lot of smoke, and the fragrance ends up not throwing. So in the crock it went so well because I love iced sweet tea, and it was gorgeous. It has that lemon in it, so it performed well then. I won't repurchase Goose Creek candles because I just don't like their performance. I don't. If I do, it'll be one to put in a crock, but I don't need to buy any candles right now for crocking because I have a lot. The last candle we have for this Empties is Under the Sun. I picked this up with the Surfside shop or Surf Shop. This is Sweet Coconut, Sunny Banana, Warm Jasmine. It was very light, but as I burned it, it took on a better fragrance for me. It ended up throwing, which one did I do this one with? Vanilla Coconut Surf. I did both of these together, and so the fragrance is very beautiful. So I finished up Vanilla Coconut Surf, and then I did a Candy Cane Colada mixed with this. So they really complemented each other. I could smell it in a hurricane, but it was very light initially, and I don't know that I would rebuy this one. It did a good burn performance for me though, so I guess I would rebuy it. Yeah, I'd rebuy it. It has a banana scent that's a little bit artificial right up front. But that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this Empties. I appreciate you guys so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you are interested in being notified every time I post a video. And please go ahead and like and comment down to enter the giveaway. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.